Hello everyone, this is Daniel and welcome back to another video where I share with you all the things that I worked on in this last week. So here the first character is of course the one that I showed you, 7 days ago, and I really liked I had a lot of fun with these characters that I've been working on. So for this week I just continued that. It's something that I was really enjoying recently. So I continued to work on characters. And the second character that you can see here in the middle is actually a continuation of this character that I shared earlier, I believe. It's a draft that I made and I liked sort of the direction a lot, and I wanted to continue it at some point. So that's one of the first things that I did this week. I also want to point out, and this is something I don't usually talk about because it's so normal to me already at this point, but I do have a full-time job, and that is, as it usually would be, 8 hours a day, you know, five days a week. So and you know, with all the commutes and stuff, it really gets a lot longer than that, as most of you will probably know. So the time I really get to spend on these projects is not a whole lot. I usually work a few hours after I come back from work, which is usually in the evening from, I don't know, 10 p.m. to midnight or so, 2 hours maybe. And I also get, of course, the weekends, but you know, as soon as you put one or two things planned on your weekend, then there's not so much time left. You can see in the development of the design, a couple of things changed. I changed the hair a little bit, but I also changed a lot about the facial details. I just polished it as a whole, and I personally like it a lot. I find it very interesting though, because for some reason on Twitter anyway, the reaction to this first draft was a lot better than the reaction to the second one. So I've actually no idea if it's just me who really thinks this is cool, or if, I don't know, maybe something is strange about it. I mean, I do realize that it's not quite final yet. I don't personally like this area here. It feels a bit, you know, not very smooth, not very refined. These curves are not the prettiest, but I don't think that it's not really a deal breaker to me. I feel like the image as a whole has still a lot of appeal. But, you know, I don't know if you have any thoughts on that. Definitely let me know in the comments. I'll be curious to know sort of which one you prefer, or if you think that this one is slightly off, why that would be. Or if you just like it. I always like to hear when people enjoy my art, of course. Anyway, I then continued to work on the next character, and the way I go about this is sort of, I try to always jump between different types of characters. I try not to repeat myself too much, not to fall into a single pattern. For example, here I do change between male, female often, just to keep myself sort of fresh in both areas. But here I was doing young characters in both cases, and it actually felt a little bit difficult to do some like an older character. So this time I'm trying to do characters a bit older, and this is still the first draft of it, still only a few hours into the sculpt. I still don't like some aspects very much. You can see, I think the mouth is a bit too big in this case, but you know, these are the things that when I sculpt the face on the first time I might not notice, because I'm so focused on it that you just start to overlook certain things. So that's the thing I'm working on next, and I'll probably polish that, and it will be something I'll share next week. One more thing I wanted to show you though is how much of a difference a little bit of color correction can make. So I can show it with all of these actually. For example, this is the actual screenshot that I took for this picture, and here's the edited version. What I usually do is, you know, I copy this picture, I overlay it with a soft light, I believe, blend mode, and I blur that to give it sort of a glow. I also put another layer on top with overlay and brush with a light blue color over it to give it sort of a little bit more, dynamic in color, where you have more. It's hard to describe, but it looks good. It looks good for sure. It's very apparent, especially with this other character. This is how boring actually the screenshot itself looked from the just the screenshot from ZBrush. And I did a lot of color editing. I might have overdone it here. I should have, done better already at this stage. I think there is still a lot I can improve, but I just wanted to share how these kind of things can help a lot. And these are things that I'll that's not what I wanted to do, that I'll keep doing to sort of present my work a little bit better. And at the same time, I'll also try to get closer to the edited version right away in ZBrush, if that makes sense. Here's the one for this character, by the way. You can see that this one was already very close to begin with. I just did a little bit of like a globe, but that's all really. So maybe I should look back at this character and the settings to learn from that. But yeah, there we go. Just a bunch of characters in the last week once again. Let's put them here side by side. There we go. So I hope you liked them. I'd of course, as always, be very happy if you leave some comments down below. Just tell me your opinions and how you feel about the whole project. I'm still, thinking when I'm making these characters about this airship themed world. It's a huge task to design a world, to come up with the background and the story. So I'm really taking it slow and one step at a time, focusing on different aspects every time. I mean, recently I'm thinking about the characters, and not all of them are sort of a hit in that sense. So I'm not, like, some of them are off and not exactly follow my image, but I think that by doing lots of versions and variations, this will continue to give me more and more material to sort of pick from. So one day I can say that maybe this character was not so much I was going for, but these two are, and then I'll be in a much better position to sort of design this world. So since I'm recently really into characters still, I mean, that's my favorite area to begin with anyway, I'll probably continue to do that. And when I'm tired of characters once again and need a little bit of a break, a rest, then I'll probably look at some different aspects, as I did with the spaceship that we looked at a while ago. That was fun too, but I'm really not too experienced with that sort of thing. But I guess that makes it fun in its own way. So that will be all for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and share it with your friends. That would mean a lot to me as always. And I'll see you next time.